Hello and welcome to your favorite YouTube channel iTech World. In today's video, we are diving deep into the often misunderstood yet incredibly powerful punctuation mark semicolon. Whether you are a seasoned writer or just embarking on your journey in the world of language, mastering the rules of semicolons can elevate your writing skills. Get ready to crash a course in semicolon usage, clear explanations, and practical tips to take your punctuation game to the highest possible level. So subscribe to this channel and hit that subscribe button and let's explore the intricate world of semicolons together. Okay, so first we have to know what is semicolon. A semicolon is a punctuation mark that is used to connect two independent clauses that are closely related in meaning or to separate items in a list when the items themselves contain commas. The semicolon creates a stronger connection between the two clauses than a period would. But a weaker connection between the two clauses, but a weaker connection than a conjunction such as and or but. The semicolon is also used to clarify the meaning of a sentence or to add balance and variety to writing. So, semicolon can be used in multiple ways. First, its first use is to combine two closely related independent clauses. First, we need to know which one is an independent clause. What is an independent clause? A clause that can stand alone, that gives its complete sense, is called an independent clause. For example, you can say Shiza is an intelligent girl. This sentence is called an independent clause. So the first use of semicolon is to combine two closely related independent clauses without the usage of any coordinating conjunction. Okay, in our previous lecture we have explained the coordinating conjunction in detail. Okay, so let's try to read out the usage of semicolon in detail. Here are some of the main uses of semicolons in written English. First one, to connect two closely related independent clauses. Okay, this is the main point. Semicolon is used to combine two closely related independent clauses. Okay, I will make you understand in detail, giving some examples, then you can understand quite easily. Okay, the semicolon is commonly used to connect two independent clauses that are closely related in meaning, but not connected by a conjunction. Semicolons are used to connect two closely related independent clauses. Okay, the clause that gives complete sense. In a single sentence, when there is a stronger connection between them than a comma alone can convey. For example, I have a big project due tomorrow. This one is a clause, okay? Just have a look here. This one is a clause, and so is the second one, okay? These are two clauses, and they are independent clauses because they give complete sense. Just have a look. I have a big project due tomorrow. This one is independent simply because it gives complete sense and it can stand alone. And now come to the second one. I need to work on it all night. This one is also an independent clause, and these two clauses are closely related as well. So when we have to join two clauses which are closely related, we have to make the use of semicolon. Okay, this one is a semicolon right here. Try to understand this one. This symbol is a semicolon. Okay, first of all, we make the use of semicolon to combine two closely related independent clauses. Okay, now let's move to the second example. I enjoy hiking. My brother prefers biking. Again, we have got two independent clauses and they are closely related as well. I enjoy hiking. This one is an independent clause, and the second one is also an independent clauses, and we have to combine these two closely related independent clauses with the usage of by using semicolon. This is semicolon. Okay. So just keep in mind, the first use of semicolon is to combine two closely related independent clauses, but we don't have to make the use of any coordinating conjunction right here. Okay. So come to the third example. The weather was perfect, the sky was clear, and the temperature was ideal for a picnic. Here again we have got two independent clauses. The first one is the weather was perfect. This one is an independent clause simply because it gives a complete sense and it can stand alone as well. The weather was perfect. Just have a look here once again. The weather was perfect. This one is a complete sentence. This one is an independent clause because it gives a complete sense, okay, and it can stand alone. Okay, so is the case with the second sentence, second clause. The sky was clear and the temperature was ideal for a picnic. Okay, this one is also an independent clause, and these two clauses are closely related as well. These two clauses are closely related, so we can make the use of semicolon to combine these two clauses. Okay, now come to the example number third. He was running late. As a result, he missed the bus. Okay, again we have got two independent clauses, and these two clauses are closely related as well. He was running late, and as a result, he missed the bus. This one is also an independent clause, and these two clauses are closely related. So we can combine these two clauses using a semicolon right here. Okay, just keep in mind, we cannot make the use of any coordinating conjunction just after semicolon. Okay, so he was running late. We will make the use of this punctuation mark semicolon, and after it we will put a space. We will press space bar. Okay, as a result, this is an introductory phrase. After any introductory phrase, introductory word, or clause, we have to make the use of comma. Okay, as a result, this is an introductory phrase. After it, we have to make the use of simple comma. He missed the bus. As a result, he missed the bus. This one is also an independent clause. So when we have to make the use of, when we have to combine two closely related independent clauses, we make the use of semicolon. Is that clear? Okay. Come to the next example. I have to attend a meeting. My colleague will cover for me while I am away. Okay. These are two closely related independent clauses. So they can be combined using this basic punctuation mark semicolon. Okay, I have to attend a meeting, and second clause is my colleague will cover for me while I am away. These two clauses are closely related. So come to the next one. She loves classical music. He prefers rock and roll. Okay, these are two clauses and they are independent clauses as well. Okay, so these two independent clauses are closely related. So which of the punctuation mark can be used here? Semicolon. Okay, so semicolon is always used to combine two closely related independent clauses. Okay, come to the next example. Sheila wanted to visit the museum. Her husband preferred to explore the park. Okay, these two clauses are again closely related independent clauses and they are combined using this punctuation mark semicolon. Okay, move to the next one. The conference had many interesting sessions. Attendees were encouraged to choose the ones that appeal to them most. Okay, this one is an independent clause. The conference had many interesting sessions. Okay, and after this independent clause, we have to make the use of semicolon. Okay, and attendees were encouraged to choose the ones that appeal to them most. Okay, this is quite easy. Come to the last one. She was excited about her upcoming trip. She had been planning it for months. Okay, this one is an independent clause. Keep in mind, we will put this punctuation mark just after the last word, okay, without any space. And after putting this punctuation mark semicolon, we will press space bar for one time, okay, and there would be a space right here, okay, but not before. And this punctuation mark, we cannot put any space before this punctuation mark. Is that clear? And the very next sentence, next clause starts with the lowercase letter, okay. This letter would be small, okay, would be lowercase rather than uh, until or unless we have got any proper noun right here at the initial stage of this class. Okay, so this is the first rule. Semicolon is always used to combine two closely related independent clauses. Okay, we have got so many examples right here. So second use of semicolon is to separate items in a list. Okay, in a simple way you can say uh, comma is used to separate list of items in a sentence, but semicolon is used to separate pair of items. Okay, when we have got pairs in the list of items in a sentence, we will make the use of semicolon to separate them. But if we have got only list of items in a sentence, we can make the use of simple commas. Okay, so second rule of semicolon is to separate items in a list. Semicolons can be used to separate items in a list when the items themselves contain commas, or when we have got the pair of items in a list. Okay, they are we have to make the use of semicolon to separate pairs of items in a list to prevent confusion and maintain clarity. This is particularly useful in complex lists or lists of items with lengthy descriptions. So that's the point. Okay, for example, I have lived in several cities during my life. New York, New York. This is a pair of item. Okay, here in this sentence we have got pair of items, not list of items. Okay, when we have to separate only list of items in a given sentence, we can only make the use of commas. Okay, but when we have to combine, when we have to separate list a pair of items, we have to make the use of commas in between those items, those pair of items, and after that pair we have to make the use of semicolon. Okay, this one is also a pair of item. Okay, so keep in mind, we normally make the use of comma to separate list of items in a sentence, but when we get pair of items in that specific list to be separated, we have to make the use of semicolon to avoid any type of confusion or complexity. Okay, is that clear? So just have a look in, again. I have lived in several cities during my life. New York, New York. These two are pair of items. Okay, and we have to make the use of simple comma in between those items in the pair, and after every pair we will make the use of semicolon. Okay, to avoid any confusion. Okay, New York, New York. These items are a pair. London, UK. London is a state or capital city of United Kingdom. So this is again a pair of items, and after that pair we will make the use of semicolon. And Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. This is again a pair of items. Okay, so keep in mind we have to make the use of semicolon when we have to separate a pair of items in a given list. Okay, just come to the second example. The candidates for the position include John Smith, an experienced project manager, Jenny Dow, a skilled graphic designer, and Mark Johnson, a talented software engineer. Okay, here again we have got pair of items in this list. Okay, first one, John Smith, an experienced project manager. This is a pair. Okay, John Smith and experienced project manager. This is a simple pair. Okay, just have a look again. John Smith and experienced project manager. This is a pair, and after this pair we will make the use of semicolon. Okay, and Janitor, a skilled graphic designer. This is again a pair. Keep in mind, in between the pair, just after a single item, we have to make the use of comma, and after that pair we have to make the use of we will have to make the use of semicolon to avoid any confusion. Okay, and again, this is the last pair, Mark Johnson, a talented software engineer. Okay, is that clear? So keep in mind, we normally make the use of comma to separate list of items in a sentence, but when we get pairs in that specific list, we we will have to make the use of semicolons instead of commas to avoid any confusion. Okay, now come to the next example. The painting featured vibrant colors such as red, blue, and yellow. Okay, these are different pairs. Okay, they are separated. They have been separated using only comma. But and this is a complete list. Okay, after this pair we have to make the use we shall have to make the use of semicolon. Okay, okay, this is not the complete sentence. Okay, after it we intricate details comma like fine brush work text and texture and a dynamic composition. Okay, so come to the last sentence. She spoke three languages fluently. English, her native tongue. This one is a complete pair. English, her native tongue. This is a pair. Okay, these are not simple items. These are pair of items. English, her native tongue. And after pair of items, we will make the use of simple comma. Okay, semicolon. Sorry. Okay, Spanish, which she learned in school. This is again a pair. Okay, this is again a pair. And French, which she picked up during her travel. Okay, so after each and every pair we have to make the use of semicolon. Okay, is that clear? So when we have to separate any list of items in a given sentence, we can make the use of simple commas, but when we get some pair of items in that particular sentence, we shall have to make the use of semicolon rather than simple comma. Okay, so that was second use of semicolon. Come to the last one. Semicolon is also used to join independent clauses with conjunctive adverbs. Okay, no doubt semicolons are joined to combine two closely related independent clauses, but sometimes we don't have closely related independent clauses. Okay, sometimes we make the use of any conjunctive adverb in the second clause. So to combine those independent clauses, we have to make the use of semicolon again. Okay, when two independent clauses are joined by a conjunctive adverb such as however, therefore, or nevertheless, these are the examples of conjunctive adverb. Okay, however, therefore, nevertheless, furthermore. Okay, such type of adverbs are called conjunctive adverb. Okay, so when two independent clauses are joined by using a conjunctive adverb, a semicolon is often used to separate them. For example, she was tired. This one is an example of independent clause. She was tired. Okay, so come to the next one. Nevertheless, Nevertheless, she decided to keep working. This one is again an independent clause, but here we have got conjunctive adverb at the start of this clause. Okay, this one is an example of conjunctive adverb, nevertheless. Okay, so just after nevertheless, we have to make the use of comma simply because it is used as an introductory word. Okay, so to combine these two independent clauses, this one again, this one is also an example of independent clause. We have two independent clauses and we are using conjunctive adverb with second independent clause. So what will we use here? We will use simple semicolon to combine these two independent clauses. Okay, so come to the second example. Sheila wanted to go to the concert, however she couldn't get tickets in time. Okay, again we have got two independent clauses and the second clause starts with conjunctive adverb. So if we want to combine these two independent clauses, we have to make the use of semicolon. Okay, keep in mind just after that conjunctive adverb, you will have to make the use of simple comma. Okay, because it is used as an introductory word. Okay, whether we have got introductory word, phrase or clause in this second part, okay, that will be separated by a simple comma. Okay, come to the third example. She studied hard for the exam, consequently he aced it. Okay, these are again two independent clauses and they are separated using conjunctive adverb. This one is conjunctive adverb. Okay, so we'll combine these two clauses, these two independent clauses using semicolon. Okay, keep in mind just before conjunctive adverb we have to make the use of semicolon and just after it we have to make the use of simple comma. Okay, technically these are two independent clauses. Okay, and this one is also an independent clause. Consequently is a conjunctive adverb. Okay, so just after conjunctive adverb we shall have to make the use of comma invariably. Okay, this is quite easy to understand. Okay, come to the next example. They had a long day at work. Nevertheless, they managed to complete all their tasks. Okay, these are again two independent clauses. Okay, because they can stand alone. That's it for today. Try to share this video to as maximum friends as you can. Okay, see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.